Hello, Jimsteska here, coming to you from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Thank you very much for joining me. What I'd like to talk about this evening is talk about the statement, I don't have time to exercise. Probably the most popular excuse, if you will, as to why people do not either stay consistent with any exercise program or start an exercise program at all. Okay, I know certainly that was probably my biggest hurdle or obstacle to overcome before I got started. Okay, how am I going to find the time to exercise when I have so much else going on in my life? Okay, and chances are if you are watching this video, that might be the case with you. I know at the time before I started back in 2008, before that was probably the biggest excuse that I used, because I would get up in the morning, of course get myself together, then help my kids get together for whatever they're doing in the morning, and then just barely enough time to get to work, go to work all day, come home, eat dinner. By that time my kids were ready to go to bed, so I would give them their bath and help get them ready for bed. And by that time it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. And mentally, my day is done. Okay, and that was the kind of the routine over and over and over again every day. So I did use that excuse. Man, I'd love to exercise really, but I just don't have the time. Okay, and many people really come to that conclusion. Okay, so but I think I could help you out with that and kind of describe to you the process that I went through in order to find the time. Okay, and it really was all started by someone planting a seed. Okay, and someone said to me, a guy named Roger actually that I used to work with a long time ago, said to me, and he was real fit and physically fit and exercised on a regular basis and that type of thing. And I did say to him, man, I wish I could exercise like you and that type of thing. I just don't have the time. And his response to me, which kind of stuck with me, was, Jim, if it's important enough to you, you'll find the time. Okay. And I remembered that. I mean, it wasn't until about 2 years later that I actually started to exercise on a regular basis. But that statement planted a seed, and it stuck with me. Okay, and it really did become finally by 2008 very important to me to find the time to exercise. Okay, so that's hurdle number one. What is the reason why you want to do it? Is it a burning desire that you will do what it takes to find the time? Are there health reasons? I know for me there were serious health reasons why I needed to do it. Constantly being diagnosed with high blood pressure and high cholesterol every time I went to the doctor and that type of thing, and the doctor wanting to put me on a medication that I didn't want to take. Okay, so that was my real motivation. I had young children at the time, and wanted to be there for them and have the energy for them and everything like that. So I finally had enough motivation to get rid of the excuse I don't have the time and find the time to fit exercise into my lifestyle. Okay, so that's really what I think the main thing everyone has to do is really dig deep and say, why do I want to do this? Why, it could be, I just want to lose weight. I know that I'm overweight and I just want to lose the weight. And if you have a burning desire enough to lose that weight, you'll find the time to do it. Okay, but it really does start with your goals and a burning desire to get into better shape, lose weight, whatever the case may be, that whatever your fitness goals are, that you have a burning desire to do so. That's where it all starts. Okay. Now, if you have a burning desire to do so, but you're still kind of unsure, take a look at your schedule. Okay. And if it's as busy as mine is, or especially was at that time, okay, you have to come to some sort of conclusion that you're perhaps going to do it maybe at a time where you're not used to exercising, or that you don't really want to exercise at that time. Now for me, I started at night after I gave my kids their bath and put them to bed. And it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock every night. Well, actually, I started only 3 times a week. Again, you don't have to start every night. I started exercising 3 times a week on my SolaFlex machine. I do have a SolaFlex machine. I don't use it much anymore because I exercise by video now. But I started 3 times a week on my SolaFlex machine. Okay, and that got me started. I was doing it, come down in my basement, 9:30, about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and exercising until about 9:30, 10 o'clock, 3 nights a week. Okay, and I did that probably for 6 months, and I was getting results, losing weight, looking much better, and that type of thing. And I did that for about 6 months. But then it was a chore. It was a chore for me to go downstairs at that time, and I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure I skipped some workouts when I would make them up. If I skipped, I was usually kind of on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of routine. If I skipped a Wednesday, maybe I would do it on Thursday and that type of thing. I always tried to make up any workouts that I missed, but I would miss a workout just because I was tired. I didn't feel like doing it, and that'll happen. Okay, it happens to everyone. And when I decided, okay, let me take a look at my schedule again and see if I can't come up with a better time, just because it was so tedious for me to exercise at that time. Although, albeit, again, I still had a burning desire to continue, a burning desire to get in great shape, in much better shape, and lose more weight and that type of thing. Okay? And I felt now I was at a point where my blood pressure was more under control, my cholesterol was more under control and getting better every time I got it measured. And so I was seeing results that way, and I wanted to continue that process. So what I did was I said, okay, I got to get up earlier in the morning. And I was getting up, I think, at that time about 6 o'clock every morning. And I think that's about average for a lot of people. I said, okay, I got to get up earlier. So I think I started, let me get up at 5 o'clock. Okay. So I started getting up at 5 o'clock, and that didn't last too long because I get up at 5 o'clock. By 5:30 is when I'm exercising. You exercise till probably about 6:30, and most times. Sometimes even, I know at that time I was going till 7 o'clock, and I was having to rush after that. That's not going to work. 5 o'clock is just not going to work. Okay. So then I started getting up at 4:30, an extra half hour. And I was still squeezing, still really rushing around in the morning and under a lot of stress to get everything together and help my kids get everything together and all of that. It was still a rush that I really didn't want to experience in the morning. Okay, so then I said, well, if I'm really going to do this, I get up at 4 o'clock. And I'm a morning person. I can handle getting up in the morning, but still 4 o'clock in the morning is early. Okay, and but that's what I did. I started sometime in 2009. Don't know exactly when it was in 2009, but sometime in 2009 I started getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to exercise, and I'm proud to say that's what time I get up every day, even today. Monday through Friday anyway. Saturday and Sunday I sleep in later. But Monday through Friday, I'm still motivated enough to get up at 4 o'clock every morning. Okay. And sometimes 4:15, I wear this wristband, okay, that has an alarm. Okay, and this is what wakes me up. It's set for 4 o'clock. And sometimes I don't set it right or whatever. It doesn't go off, and I end up waking up at 4:15. Sometimes as late as 4:30. By that time, my wife's nudging me. Hey, don't you, it's 4:30. Aren't you supposed to get up? But anyway, I do get up by this alarm on my wrist at 4 o'clock on most weekdays. And by 4:30, I'm exercising. I'm down in my basement by 4:30. So between 4 and 4:30, of course, I go to the bathroom, get the sleepies out of my eyes. I have a pre-workout drink that I drink. Okay. And right now I'm drinking the by Beachbody, the Energy and Endurance drink, which is very good to provide more stamina for the workout. And sit in the chair and watch ESPN for a little while. And by 4:30, typically I'm down in my basement starting to exercise. Okay, and if there's any setup needed, I try to set it up the night before. I try, just to have it all set up and ready to go. Sometimes I forget to set it up the night before. I'll have to set it up in the morning, but for the most part, everything's pretty much set up and ready to go. If I have any resistance training to do, especially because there's usually equipment involved with resistance training. Okay. If there's cardio, not much equipment involved with that. Just put the video in and go. So that's that's what I do. I'm still highly motivated to continue to exercise because I get great results. I feel great. Okay, and I found the time in my life and my lifestyle to do it. Now I'm not saying it's 4 o'clock in the morning is going to be for you. That's just what happens to be for me. I just did a consultation the other evening as well with a friend of mine from work, and he found that 6 o'clock in the morning is going to be the best time for him, based on his schedule and everything like that. And I was able to help him come to that conclusion that when he's going to exercise, it's going to be him getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and perhaps by 6:30 he'll be exercising and still have plenty of time after he's done to get together and get to work and everything like that. So that's what worked for him. Sometimes you might look at your schedule and noontime. You might have time around your lunch break to find time to exercise. It might be at the end of the day, after work. Okay, maybe you get done at 5 or 6 o'clock on a regular basis, and that's going to be your best time is to commit to working out after work. Okay, so you know your schedule best, you know your lifestyle best, what you prefer the best. But the key is that you have a burning desire. It all starts with goals and a burning desire to want to do it. And once you have that burning desire to want to do it and have reasons that motivate you to want to do it, then I do believe, from my personal experience anyway, that you will find the time to do it. Okay. Now, if you need any help, I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Please email me. I provide my email address and also my phone number is on my website, steskafitforlife.com. So go to my website. My phone number is there under the Contact Me section. And again, below this video will be my email address. And also, too, will be a link to take advantage of my complimentary Healthy Living consultation. And that goes through steps to establish some good goals, as well as help you find the time that's going to be best for you to fit in exercise into your life. So my advice to you is don't let that be an excuse. It was for me for so long. I wish I started earlier than I actually did, then 2008. Okay, but I used that excuse for years, actually, for years before I finally made a decision. Don't let that hamper you like it did me. Okay, so may God bless you with excellent health, and have a nice evening. Bye.